Well, South Australians have been some of the most affected by the Chinese tariffs on wine and lobster. The state's Premier embarks on his first trip to China today, and Peter Malinauskas will be hoping the state's fine wine and seafood will prove irresistible as he appeals to ease the tariffs on them.
It's been 4 years since a South Australian Premier has visited China, the state's largest trading partner. On Thursday, Premier Peter Malinauskas will break the streak with trade on top of the agenda.
If you look at the punitive tariffs that China has had on Australian exports, they've disproportionately hurt industries that are big in South Australia.
Some relief came as the tariff on barley lifted in August, but South Australia's wine and aquaculture industries are still suffering.
I've been in the southeast of South Australia and met with families whose whole effort, in fact their whole lives, centre around rock lobster fishing, and they've essentially had their incomes decimated as a consequence of those tariffs.
He says he might even sweeten negotiations with some of SA's best.
I haven't been anywhere yet where South Australian wine hasn't been well received from by a recipient of a gift. But look, any opportunity we've got to showcase our primary industries in South Australia, including wine, we'll grab.
While trade negotiations will be the primary focus, the Premier told Sky News he would not shy away from human rights discussions and the detainment of Yang Hangjun and Cheng Lei.
Look, these issues will principally be discussed at the Commonwealth level, which is appropriate. But given the opportunity, particularly on issues that matter to the South Australian people, I will be raising it respectfully. Something that's top of my mind is the plight of the Uyghur people in Western China. South Australia is home to the largest Uyghur community in the nation, and I've heard firsthand about their concerns, and I'll be honest about that when I meet with the appropriate Chinese officials.
South Australia was announced earlier this year as a key player in the AUKUS deal. The state will help produce Australia's first fleet of nuclear submarines, but the alliance sparked alarm with Chinese officials.
I'm also a big supporter of AUKUS in the context of what it means for our sovereignty as a nation. So this is important, and I think what we need to do with China is engage thoughtfully, constructively, but honestly as well. That doesn't mean you have to compromise what you believe in. It doesn't mean you have to compromise your principles. And I think a relationship based on mutual respect can lead to forthright conversations.
Mr Malinauskas will lead a 40-person delegation to Singapore and China ahead of the Prime Minister's planned trip to Beijing later this year. Monique van der Hayden, Sky News Adelaide.